This conference will now be recorded.
So fine. Yeah, Raja. So PPC is basically the tool as you
What
have
is your
already got.
background, Priyanka? What's
My
your
background
background?
is I have 6 years of experience in SAP BPC. So I have worked in planning and consolidation, both parts. Uh,
Mhm.
so yeah, so I have real-time experience as well. So I can show you a bit of my personal projects, like what we have done, so that it will be, I think, helpful for you. And that's it. Like I am a techno-functional person, so I am not the FI person, yes, but thing is like what we needed for BPC purpose. So I'm a bit comfortable with FI terminologies, and yes, and technically side, like for a BPC person, supposed to know the logic script concepts and ABAP concepts. So yes, so these things we needed, and I think I can go through all those things and I can make you comfortable with them, so that you can be full-fledged FI plus BPC person. Yeah.
Excellent.
So
Thank you.
yeah, one thing is
You,
like
you can take me as an FI side person, and you
uh-huh.
can crack on with your BPC stuff. So we both can complement each other there. So
Yes, yes, better.
that's yeah.
Okay,
Mm.
so that's what like bit of my effort can reduce, because you already knows. Otherwise, people are like they are not aware, then it's a problematic. So that's what I'm just starting now itself. Basically, you have worked on BPS already. So BPS was also SAP tool. As BPS were not able to fulfill your consolidation full, I would say, methodology. So that's the reason SAP has given us BPC. So yeah, so let's start with this. Like
I'll go
what?
on mute. Just Priyanka, I'll just go on mute. The reason being, I've got a small, I've got little ones, so I don't want them to come and bother me. So
Okay, no
I'll go on
problem.
mute. Just give me
Yes,
a
yes,
shout if you need me to answer or if you need
yes,
me. But
yes, yes.
I will ask questions if I have any. Okay, I'll
Okay.
unmute myself. Go on
Yeah,
mute.
I'll make sure. Yeah, I'll make sure. I'll just let you know if anything is there. Okay.
Thank you.
So
Yeah,
BPC, we
thanks.
have three parts. One is, as we know, the definition itself or the full form itself is business planning and consolidation. So here we have total three parts. So first is our planning part, which you have already worked. So and other one is consolidation, and the third part is our reporting. So which is the most suitable for user? That's the reason why people are selecting BPC tool. Okay, so I think you are aware about the terminology already, what planning does. So I'll just go through brief introduction of planning. So planning is basically, if in business you are, and we need to do the future forecasting or prediction, then we need to plan accordingly. We need to decide the budget for next year or next 5 years. So that's nothing but my future prediction for a business. So that comes in the planning. In BPC, the thing is we can do this planning, we can do the rolling forecast, we can design the templates, and we can design the report, which is fulfilling the user requirement as well as the management requirement. So yes, maybe in detail we'll just go through once we'll decide, once we'll just start the proper course, because today's session is mostly overview of the terminologies. So that next session onwards I'll use this terminology. You can just be bit familiar because I will teach you today. So second will be the
Yeah,
consolidation.
just
Yeah.
one question here. Sorry, just one question, Priyanka. So now BPC, the planning side, you mean only the amount side, not the quantity side. It's still the same, isn't it? We won't dealing. I mean, that's APO in my terms. That's an APO sort of a thing where you plan only for the quantities. Is that correct?
No, we can plan the volume as well. We can plan the quantity as
Volume
well.
as well. Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
it depends. That's the reason the structure is not as ECC, because ECC, just give example to you. If we are in ECC, we have A1 account, we have customer one, and maybe we have product, and here we have our volume, and this is our amount. Okay, so I should mention the header like this. This is my customer, this is my product. Okay, so when I'm making my ECC entries, so how we are making the entries like this, product will be some X product, here come Y product. Here you can maintain simultaneously your quantity, the volume, and amount of each product. So this is the way we can design in APO or your ECC system. But BPC, we cannot make this module which you are seeing, this model called key figure model, because we can enter multiple columns which contain the numbers in one table itself. That's called key figure model. But BPC doesn't work on key figure model. For BPC, we need to make account based model. That's nothing but one key figure model. That means if you are designing the same table into BPC, you won't be seeing only 2 entries, you will be seeing total 4 entries. So how it would be? Here you need to design one more column. That column you can say like your KPI or something, or some other name, maybe the because this column will contain what is the behavior of the number. So maybe I'm giving just key as a name, and here I'll be maintaining the figures. So when I'm making the entries, I would be able to see volume, volume, amount, amount. So this is my 70, this is my 80, this is my 10k, this is my 20k. So this is the way we are designing the tables in BPC. So here you can see the entries has been increased. That's what this model called our account based model, one single key figure. So you cannot say you cannot create any volume or any quantity thing. You can definitely create quantity table as well as amount table in BPC. The way it's stored in backend will be different. So Raja, any further question about this?
That's perfect. That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it'll get much clearer once you go into a bit more details. But yeah, it's clear.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay. So yeah, so I was talking about planning, then I was talking about consolidation. So yeah, so consolidation basically were not there as part of BPC when we were using our SAM, strategic enterprise management. The part was BPS and BCS. So consolidation was a different tool that time. So when BPC came, they have integrated these two parts and made BPC. So in consolidation, as I think you are aware, the definition is nothing but consolidating all financial statement of your subsidiary company, and the statement should be under holding company. To make the overall statement, we need consolidation process. So in BPC, we have inbuilt IFRS and GAAP kits. So if you need a inbuilt BPC IFRS functionality, you can just install this kit over BPC, and you can use inbuilt BPC functionality, which has step-by-step IFRS functions like your currency conversion, your balance carry forward, your business rules to calculate your income statement or balance sheet. So these all are inbuilt. But thing is, all business doesn't use the inbuilt functionality. They really, because I would say most of my all project which I have worked, it has all their own functionality because it's not replica one-to-one mapping. So you can definitely install your IFRS kit, and you can definitely customize this once it's installed in BPC. So we'll go further and I'll let you know how we can install and how exactly it will visible. And similarly gap also. So these two things we have in build BPC, so that's the advantage which SAB has given to us. Any question, Raja?
No, no, I'm fine. I think
Okay,
even the
previous
intercompany
admin teach.
elimination,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, even intercompany elimination is being part of this, isn't it? Does
Yes,
it
yes.
change based on your experience? Does it, because that's quite important in consolidation, isn't it? Your
The
intercompany
basic,
transactions.
it won't change, but the accounts could be different, and the intercompany elimination mostly required your percentage of share. So in
Yeah.
BPC, the functionality is bit different. If you will ask me the basic scenario to explain a functional person, I will definitely explain the same thing which is standard, which is a IFRS accounting principle, which is already there. But thing is, while you are in building the things technically in the system, that will be definitely different. So the end result will be same what you are expecting. The thing is what you are doing for bringing that end result to the users. So that's the thing which we need to understand in the BPC. So that's the
Okay.
thing, like if you are going to become an admin or you are becoming a consultant, it's depend on you. I'm not sure like what you are looking for, because if you wanted to become a consultant in BPC, you're supposed to know technical stuff more, as well as your functional stuff which you already are, I think you have past experience, so you have already functional knowledge. So I would suggest just concentrate on the technical stuff, because
Yeah.
in BPC
That's
functional is, yeah.
that's what I was thinking. Don't go into the admin stuff a lot. I may
Mm-hmm.
not be interested in, or just go on to the functional and the technical side of things. That
Yes,
should do.
yes, yeah.
Just touch upon admin. I don't know what admin means, but is it
Admin,
more to do
I'm
with
not
the,
saying, see, the admin is, if you are working, assume you're joining a company and the company has their own tool. A company is a product based company, not like consulting services company. Then in that case the system will be yours, and you would be having all modules called your HR, your sales, your IT, your financials. So these are all the modules we have already in the system. Now, if you are an admin, you won't be having all the access because you are not a consultant. So a person who is all a consultant, they have all access in BPC and they can do everything, yeah, even in BW and BPC. But if you are going for the job, they will be expecting from you, you should know the financial accounting, plus you should know the BPC front end stuff. So BPC admin stuff are very less. Definitely I'll touching those points because these are the basics which a user supposed to know. So like the main difference between admin and consultant, which even I have also worked, so it's like admin person is itself a user and consultants are the developers. So this is the main difference. So if you will be a
okay,
consultant, you need to know end to end. If you are admin, you need to know what a user supposed to know. Okay. so
okay,
so that's the things I would say, like whatsoever opportunity you will take, like it has both the different things, different aspect. So definitely you will learn. Okay,
thank you. That
so
should be enough.
yeah, so next will be, I'll go with the reporting, the third part. So yeah, PPC, we have reporting tool inbuilt on Excel. So that's called EPM, Enterprise Performance Management. So this particular tool you can see in Excel, in my Excel, you can see this EPM tab. So if you will install EPM in your Excel, you will see this tab. It will appear like this. So you can log into BPC and you can build your reports, you can build your templates. Okay, so yeah, we'll go through everything, how, because this is the best or most interesting part in BPC, the reporting thing, because it gives you to save the data on Excel itself. Like if assume this cell, I will ask you, Raja, you can key in some numbers. So if you're keying this number around $2,000, and I'm asking you, can you save this number in backend? So what you can do from here itself, you can save the figures. There is a save button. So you can use the save data. This figure can go and save in your BW backend. Yeah, so I think I can show you first of all BPC, what BPC is. So let me just go through step by step. Maybe I won't go in detail, but just I don't want to miss anything, because you have to go for some interviews, and if you won't be aware, so will not be good.
Yep,
Yeah.
perfect.
So
Just don't
prerequisite.
assume anything. Just don't assume anything. I'll let you know if I've got the experience.
Yes, yes,
But
yes.
please keep go ahead,
Yeah,
and
I will
it'll be a good
be
reference for
definitely.
me
If
as
you feel like I'm missing something, you can just let me know. I'll share
well.
the
No problem.
slides also with you, because I prepared in my last classes. So I'm just showing you what are the things I teach. So yeah. Okay, so what
Brilliant.
BPC is, like planning, consolidation, reporting. These three things I already told you. And why BPC people want? Because market, you can say there are many, inbuilt BPC, inbuilt consolidation and planning tool. But why we are going with the BPC? So main thing is BPC integrated on BW, which no other tool is, and it's a SAP product which everybody knows and they have trust on it. And specifically, the reason is why people want BPC, because it's Excel. So everybody, all users love Excel, and all financial person, financial accountant or analyst, they need to key in the numbers in Excel. So it's easy to copy paste their working files, and you can paste the numbers in BPC reports, and they can save there itself. That's the reason people really like BPC tool. And that's it. Like that's what you need to tell if you're going to take any project. So you can just define this thing, the advantage of BPC, and then definitely they can, users can suggest, you can suggest to the user to go with the BPC tool. And yeah, so this is the thing which I was talking about, why I told about BW. So business warehouse is in top of your SAP ECC. So this system is already in many organization. If they are using SAP, they definitely will be having their OLTP data, that is the real time data. Already they have from so long years, and they have even BW system also on top of that. Now if they really wanted to do the planning, few of the business already have done the planning in BW as well, because BW also has a tool called, it's not a tool, it's like inbuilt functionality in BW, BWIP. That's a BW integrated planning, but that doesn't give a user overview to work on planning scenarios. This also, I mean to say, for designing the planning scenario in BWIP required a proper understanding in technical stuff, designing the Fox formulas, the coding, the ABAP, everything. That's the reason people not prefer this one nowadays, and they have gone with the BPC after that, because BPC is nothing but use BW object, and we have ECC already in back. So data comes from ECC to BW, BW to BPC. So this is the way it works. So now market has many other advanced versions of BPC. So everything has been combined, and it has become a simple finance. So that's also one of the thing I think you can learn later stage. But still there are many, I would say very less people are going with the simple finance, because till now it's not reliable, and not a single implementation I have seen like successful. Because for simple finance is the major thing. If you are building anything from scratch, it's easy to design. But if you have already ECC 6.0 or the lower version, then definitely it's a tricky thing to design everything on top of simple finance tool. So that's the reason people are still following the traditional way: ECC, BW, and BPC. Any question, Raja?
No, no, just to let you know, I've got about 3 implementation experience on Simple Finance, so
Seriously?
I'm fairly
Oh, then you can
comfortable.
tell me. Because my
But
company,
those are all
yeah,
greenfield implementation, on-premise,
okay.
greenfield, no cloud, no. I
So
mean, it's
you
all
have
Fiori.
done the upgrade, or you have designed from scratch?
I've designed. I mean, greenfield. So it's
Oh,
basically on-premise greenfield. So it's from scratch. So no
yeah.
migration, no,
That's
nothing
what
of
that's
that
what
sort.
I. Yeah, that's what like
It's quite,
migration.
as you said rightly, it's quite
Hmm.
cumbersome to migrate data because asset accounting is totally different than simple finance. So
Yes,
that's
yes.
what is the trickiest part. So I'm
Hmm.
fairly comfortable with the ECC side of it. Don't worry.
Yes, even the people who
Actually,
worked on the simple finance and ECC, they still want to, suggest for ECC. They are not suggesting for simple finance. I
yeah,
think.
unless because it's simple finance is because of the HANA database. It's basically it's quite useful to have it at one place. So it's much easier if somebody starts from scratch.
Hmm.
So if they don't have SAP before, then simple
Hmm.
finance or now it's no longer known as simple finance. It's known as 4 HANA.
Yes, yes,
So
yes.
you
The
know,
name has been
it's, it's,
changed.
it's,
Yeah.
it's known
Yes.
as S4 HANA. So
Hmm.
1503 they used to call it as simple finance, but
Hmm.
after 1511 they call it as S4 HANA. So
Okay.
I mean
I
I've
have.
worked on 1503, I've worked on 1511,
Hmm.
1511 and 1610. Not
Even
gone to 1709.
I have worked on 1503 already, but that was
Yeah.
the failed one which I was talking. This one we have designed scratch a mini project we have done, but really user were not happy with this. So maybe it was initial stage. I have done in my I think 3 years back this thing. So
Yeah.
3 years back this thing I have done, and then people were not so happy. Then it was a traditional way. Then I never used to recommend for going with the simple finance. Maybe after that, so many things has been changed and many patches has come, so I think it's fine. You can also guide me. Thanks for sharing the knowledge.
No problems at all.
Yeah. So
Anytime.
BPC actually thing is, if you will work on simple finance, this BPC which is already inbuilt or simple finance or S4 HANA, that BPC also have this.
That's known as embedded. That's known as
Yes.
embedded BW.
Yes, yes. No,
Okay.
embedded BW has two type of BW. I would say that there are two type of
It is
terminology, so don't get confused.
yeah.
Okay,
See,
one
embedded
is
BW has got one planning, I mean, analysis for Office, which has got all these BPC cubes there.
yes,
That's what
yes.
you
So
call, isn't it?
that's
So
all
that's
comes over here. That's all this package. But if you
yeah.
are, if you here also, if you are migrating your database from Oracle to HANA, then this BPC also will called as BPC on BW HANA. So don't get confused when there are two things. One is BPC on BW HANA and one is BPC S4 HANA. So this one is inbuilt structure of your S4 HANA, which has packet of embedded your BW, your BPC, and your finance, your ERP. And here is like we still have different tools. Different tool is BPC, different tool of BW, but the BPC is based on BW HANA. That's the reason that's called as BPC on BW HANA. So am I clear to you?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you learn this thing, then there is no trouble over here. That's very easy stuff because this is the main thing which give you more technical understanding. Okay, so what I was going through there, yeah. So from here to here, here to here data comes. And in BPC, we have one more functionality called retraction. Hope you know from here to here when data comes, it's called extraction. Extraction means
Yeah.
bringing the data from ECC. Then if you are reverting back the data again in ECC, that's called retraction. So we have this functionality in BPC to retract the data. So why we do this retraction is once we do our planning, there are few company suggest or they have this type of functionality. They want this data to push it back into ECC, so we can run a retraction logic and send the data back. Okay, yeah.
So when you say retraction, give me 1 second.
Mhm.
When you say retraction, it goes from BPC into ERP, or does it go from BPC to BW?
Basically it's a buddy, it's a code. What this code does, as BPC data, it's saved in BW. BPC doesn't have any database. BPC is
Correct.
just a virtual image. So ultimately
Mhm.
your data is stored in BW. So you are sending data from here to here.
From up to BW, right? Okay.
Yeah, from
Goes to
BW to
BW, BW all the way up to here. Okay. It will even go up to OLT, or will it also go to ECC?
yes, only ECC, that only called interaction because BPC to BW anyways our database is BW. So there is
Okay.
no need to send data in BW. You will definitely send from here to here. Why I made this arrow? Because this is already in BW. That's the reason I made it. I think it's getting confused. So basically, you are sending from here to here, not in BW. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, next is you already know. Still, I'll just go through. BPC have two versions. One is NetViewer, another one is Microsoft. So when it's recommended, if we have SAP applications already in the system, we can go with the NetViewer. If we don't have, then non-SAP applications will go with the Microsoft. Then what database we have here? Database is SAP BW backend. Here SQL Server database or whatsoever SQL queries. And programming language we have here, we can call both SQL and MDX. MDX is multi-dimensional expression. So this MDX we have only in BPC. These are logic script. So if you somebody asks you what coding language we use in BPC, we use MDX, that is multiple dimensional expression. And Microsoft still use SQL, and we have transport system here, and here we don't have transport system, as in sending the objects from one landscape to another landscape. And here we just can do backup and restore. So these are few things which we supposed to know if we are working or we are going to work in BPC. So next is releases. What are the releases has come? So this slide is bit I made it a bit low old, but yes, it doesn't have embedded also, because that time when I built this slide, it was like there was no consolidation in embedded, but now it has come. So we have in SAP BW NetWeaver, there are versions. Earlier version was 7.0, then 5, then 10.0. After that 10.1 standard, 10.1 embedded. These two versions has come. And embedded, now we are fully fledged with consolidation. Earlier there was no consolidation. Similarly, for Microsoft platform, we have these all versions. I think no need to know the older version. Just we should aware like what in the market the latest one is 10.1, and that's it. And apart from that, for installation, there is a guide. I think you can just go through that. We have this EPM add-in to install, and with that we will get one more tab called Data Manager. So these two things supposed to come when you are installing properly in your BPC on Excel, the EPM add-in. Okay, so this is all about the basic, I would say, introduction of BPC. But I can just take you through few things. I think you already aware. Just I will tell you. Basically, BPC we use for financial statements. Ultimate agenda of using our BPC tool to bring our financial statement. We have three statement: income statement, balance sheet, and cash flows. So these three major statement we can create through BPC. The main thing is our FI, financial department, is linked with many other department called admin, sales, your I would say like IT or HR. So we have all type of expenses. Assume we have admin expenses, IT expenses, HR expenses, your headcount one, and your sales will give you definitely your revenue. So you can see we have collaboration between everything, and ultimately it everything, all the data, all the departments of the company or a business manufacturing organization, everything supposed to come into the financial department. So financial department job is consolidate everything and make these three statements. So as you're already aware, if you make income statement, you have to subtract these expenses from the revenue. And for balance sheet, you have to make the balance between your assets and liabilities. For carry forward cash flow, you need to make your account receivable and account payable, how you can make debit and credit entries. I think you are much aware. I mean to say you have worked a lot, so you're much aware about these three statements. So we have, as I told you, in IFRS kit and gap kit, as we already know, we have these inbuilt rules. So inbuilt rules means the goodwill calculation, your minority interest calculation, your retained earning calculation. So all these calculations are inbuilt in the system. So thing is, but our master datas are different. So hope you are aware about master data, transaction data, Raja, or shall I go with that?
Yep, go ahead. Just keep doing.
Okay. We
Yeah,
can
you're
skip
spot
that?
on. At least,
Okay.
that will give you the continuity. Just keep going on. And
Okay,
then
okay, fine.
I'll stop you if I
Okay.
don't need to. But it's good
Okay,
that you're
okay.
going. It will get you the
Okay,
continuity.
okay. Okay, no
No problem
problem.
to do that. Okay.
So what happens, let me just go through with that concept as well. So in SAP, we have two type of data or basis financial numbers. So we have to store any table. Assume we are making a table, we are making a financial table, like just like I made in on top. If I'll take the example of this table, so for giving the identity to these numbers, we need information of account, customer, product. So these three things are called my master data. And these numbers which you are seeing, it calls my transaction key figures. These numbers will call key figures, and including everything. Now that my table has been completed, after that this entire table will call my transaction data. So first and foremost, we should know, whenever you are putting this number, the system should know the identity. If you will just key in 70, there is no identity. So you should know the 70 should be with the combination of these three things. So this is called your entire set of data as a transaction data. So when you are loading transaction data, you're supposed to first load your master data in these particular columns. Then you're supposed to load your key figures, your transaction data. So yeah, so I'll just go with the terminologies in BPC. Okay, so let me start with few things. First of all, how we log in. Let me show you the login screen, how it visible. I don't know. I'll check with Indu how we can proceed with your access. So yeah.
Two questions I have on that
Yes, yes,
for
please.
you. One is access. Check about the access and access to the server. And the second thing is study materials. If you have some materials which you can share, so it gives
I
you a
have.
rather than making notes. So those are the two things which you may have to check with Hindu.
I think study material I can provide because you are my student. And access, I'll check with Indu. First of all, how this access is. If access is working fine, it's not that slow, then I can just share my access to you. So I'll check with Indu what can be done.
No problems. Thank you.
Mhm. Okay, yeah. So let me log out and I'll show you. Once you will log in, you would be having. Okay,
And
I logged
also
out
one
with
more thing which
BPC.
you can check is what you might be having the answer is when do you want is this timing convenient? Because I understand it must be late for you. You are out of Singapore and it
Yes,
must be
yes.
so
But
just
actually,
make sure you are.
yeah, that's what I'm fine with my time 10 o'clock because today is Sunday. I can take. Otherwise, it is like I reach home around 10 o'clock because I have so many things to do. Mm, so, 10 o'clock means what would be your timing?
I'll be I'm 7 hours behind you.
7 hours.
So
So
if you
as of
say
now,
10, I'll be
I
7.
it is 9:37. So it's 7 hours behind. Means 5
Correct.
o'clock. Your office
No, no,
hours are
no. When you say 7 hours behind you, so I'm 2:37.
okay.
So
So
for
your
you,
office
it's
hours
10 to
would be.
9:37.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. On a every day, I can't do at 10 o'clock or 10 o'clock.
This conference will now be recorded.
If
Assume
you
that.
need anything, yeah,
Sorry. Go ahead.
yeah. What I'm saying is, you let me know what times on a weekend will be good for you.
Sure,
Okay, and
sure.
then we can maybe maybe we could even spend about 2.5 hours on a weekend. So
Okay, no problem.
that's so to each
I'll
Saturday
update you
and
once.
Sunday.
Mm-hmm. Saturday, Sunday means whenever I will like think, okay, tomorrow I can get take the class, I'll inform you one day advance so that you can also plan accordingly.
That's fine. No problem.
Okay, so yeah, this is what I was trying to say about material. Definitely, I'll share with you, even recordings as well. And second thing is access. So this one I need to check with the Uplatz, and this one I need to even I supposed to share with you. So I'll just check with them about what you guys has discussed, and I'll provide you accordingly. Okay, material and
That should
yeah.
be.
So let's move further for the terminology because. Thing is, if you will be so slow in learning, I don't want to lose your track. So that's what I want you to keep on practice whenever I teach you something. So if you feel okay, you are not able to do practice today, let me know. I can wait for you. But if you won't practice and just simply seeing my screen, then definitely, it is just waste of your time that you won't able to achieve, and you won't able to learn when you will be doing yourself. So I want you to be with me, run with me, then only we can be on the same track.
That's absolutely no problem, Priyanka. It's just that
Yeah.
I need to get my access sorted. I can't
Today,
practice till I
anyways,
get
I'm
my
not
access
going
sorted.
to show you the what I would say the practical. So I will be just showing you the screen. How does it look? So yes, one more thing before going to a terminology is one point I forgot to tell you. In BPC, we have two clients. So one is our web client and another one called your Excel client. So when you will log into BPC, we have two ways to log in. One is from web, one is from Excel. So basically, when we are working from developer side, we supposed to log in from web, and then we can go through the web. From web itself, we can go through the Excel, and then we can log into Excel. So let me show you how does it look. So you won't be getting this URL when you are working in your company. You have to find out this URL. So there is a way. Let me tell you now itself. Otherwise, maybe in next class, I don't know. Like better if I remember something, I'll just let you know now. So this the password is 1 second. Continue with this login. Okay. Okay. Once you log in, we have a T code called SICF. So I don't know how much time it will take. Okay, it's fine. Then continue this. Here we can see all the add-ons which we have in SAP. So here you can see your EPM BPC. Here you can see the proxy. You can just test service. You can see a link will automatically come. You just need to allow the link, and then like this way you can see your link. As it is a test server, it is not going to the proper one. But if you will do in your company, your business, then definitely you will see the link. If because this one is not opening properly because of browser setting, but in that case you can definitely check over here. This is the link. So this is the way how to find out the BPC link. If you are doing the implementation, you should know that. But as this is a remote server and we have purchased it, so they made it flexible and we have this shortcut. So just click here. We can see the link. Just type the user ID password, which I forgot. 1 second. NWPPC1. Yeah. So this way our BPC screen comes. If it is 10.1, then this way the BPC screen looks. But if it is 10.0, which is still many organization using, then you won't able to see the icons like this. You will be seeing icons in your left hand side panel. There will be a separate section. So just like this you can see here. So similarly you can see these 6 options over here. So now the difference I would tell you, if I am a consultant, and I am not a user, then in that case I can see all my tabs. But if I am a user, these tabs you will have to remove, means the consultant has to remove for me, and I would only see my screen, the library, my activity, and consolidation. These three I would be seeing. So my activity, they can find out the activity and they can work on them. So we'll be creating activities also later on, but let's work as a consultant, as a person who build the BPC. So mostly this particular tab, the admin tab, is we supposed to familiar. So this is the tab where we build the object, where we build the functionality or all the steps in BPC. And this tab which you are seeing called consolidation, this tab is also same as activity. The main thing is this tab has functionality to execute the steps here, like we have monitor steps. You can see the monitor word, that means you can monitor the steps over here. If I am a user, I'll just come here and I would be seeing my activities here. So I can just display running process, refresh them, and I can proceed with the actions whatsoever it is. So yeah, later on we can go with the details. And we have this control monitor. So let me just go through this first. I think that will be easy. Okay. So in admin, you can see six section, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let's go with the first section called dimension and model. So what are the dimension and model? Okay. So I'll make here properly. BPC terminology. Okay, so first is dimension. Dimension is nothing but, before that we have environment. Okay, now questions come. I think as you have known, in BW we have info areas. Info areas are nothing but a folder which contain all the objects. So environment is also nothing but a folder which contain all my business objects. Thing is, in BPC that's called environment, but once you build the environment in BPC, in backend, in BW it will visible as info area. Let me show you the environment how it looks. Okay, you can see this screen. This screen only will appear if we have connected with any environment. So you can see the environment in the corner right hand side. Environment is test1. So I'll just click on this hyperlink and I can see these many environment has been created. So these many folders already there in the PPC system. So if you are in a business, you won't be seeing everything. You will be seeing only few, 1, 2, 3, depends on what your company structure. Like I would say, if in my company I have two structure, one is for planning, other one is for
Sorry, Priyanka.
consolidation.
Priyanka,
Sorry,
just
yeah,
one question, please. What's this environment in BPC?
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
What do you mean by
It's
environment?
basically
What
environment
is
is
actually
nothing but,
environment?
sorry,
Sorry. Sorry, go on.
okay, environment is
What is
nothing but
environment?
a folder which contains your object. We can say a client. Let me show you here. If
Is it like
here
an
you can,
info area? Info area, you said,
yes,
isn't
yes,
it?
yes,
So
yes, yes, yes.
environment is the
So
folder.
it's a folder. It's
Info
an
area.
info area.
Okay.
You are
Okay.
you able to hear me, right? It's like lacking or something.
No. It's okay.
Okay,
It's
okay,
fine.
okay, fine. Okay, so basically, if I'm in a business, what I do, I make these systems and maybe different BW systems for different purpose, like one for maybe quality, one for production. So similarly, like what we are doing, basically we are dividing, we are segregating our work in different folders or different clients. So environment is also one of the thing, one of the same thing. So if I wanted to do both the things in one BPC system, like my planning, my consolidation, then what I can do, either I can make in one environment or I can make in multiple environment. For example, in my current business, like we have two environment, because my company got divided among two companies. So one for company A, one for company B. Or you can do one thing, like if you have multiple companies, then you can design multiple environment and you can see that the business are different. maybe the business are different, they have different type of, I can't give the current one example, just I'm trying to tell you here. For example, my current business is computers, and earlier I was just working on hardware. Now I have added the software also, and the software part I have given the separate name as B, company B. Then in that case, my company A and company B doesn't have any inter transaction of data. So in that case, I want to use same BPC tool. I will be making separate environment for company A, company B, because their business behaviors are different. So this is the way we can go and we can make the environment. So in which condition you can suggest to the user different environment? When there is no inter transaction of data between those two environments. If there is any transaction happening between those two type of companies, then you're supposed to make into one environment. You are clear, Raja?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. So yeah, so when you wanted to start your BPC, let's simply check which environment you already connected, because initially what happens, by default your system will be connected to one environment called environment shell. I know there are so many, so I cannot search it. Yeah, this one. This environment has been given by the BPC. Means you won't able to find all these nonsense, you just find this particular environment. You can just see inside that. You can just click on manage all environment. You can see everything. So which one I have connected now, it will show this button. And which one you do not want to use, maybe spare one you have created, you can make it offline. For example, I want to make it offline. I'll just click here. There is option called change my I would say status. You just click here and then you can make it offline. So never make your environment offline when you have already released it and people are working on it. If you had made for a spare and do not want to see it, you can just make the status as offline. So thing is, for your information, till 10.1, I would say the standard version, there was no create option. The possibility to create environment was not enabled. Create an environment enable thing was started when HANA came in the scenario. So for, let me just type it here. We cannot create environment in BPC standard version, but we can create it in embedded BPC. The reason is embedded BPC has the HANA database. So this way you can identify whether your BPC has HANA database or not. So as of now, you can see, let me just go back to the screen. Yeah, you can see the create is still disabled. The create is disabled. So we don't have HANA database for this I would say this access. Okay, so I would tell you the reason also why we have this create option enabled in HANA but not here. The reason is, I don't think you will understand now. So let's keep this question open for next class or further classes. I think I'll be able to tell you better way. So just proceed with this. If I wanted to make my environment, I can copy it from the environment shell. So what would be the process to create your own environment? You just need to click on environment shell. You need to click on copy. And you need to remove all those things because we do not want data, we do not want web document, we do not want anything. Just give your name whatsoever, like test2, and then your description. Okay, already test2 is there. 1 second. Okay. So once you will give the name, you need to click on copy. Your process will start and your environment gets created. I do not want to do this now because this activity takes at least 15 minutes because this server is shared with many people. That's the reason it's taking a bit slow. It's taking time. So this thing you can do once you will get the access, the same way which I am doing now. So once my environment is created, which I did in the morning, and I was waiting for around 15-20 minutes, and I got this one. I just once it is there, just click here, connect. You need to click on OK, then you are inside your environment. Now you proceed with creation of the object. You can proceed with whatsoever activities you wanted to do in BPC. So yeah, okay. So you are a bit clear with the environment now.
Yep.
Okay. Raja, today you want me to proceed or it's fine with 1 hour class? What you say? Because I thought it would be
I'm
1 hour
fine.
class and I have other
Yeah,
engagement. But maybe next week I can, stretch it to start this class bit early. Maybe instead of 9 o'clock, I can start 8 or 7 so that we can, drag it to the 2 hours or 3 hours.
that should be fine. I think you can take a
Okay.
logical break, and it's too late for you anyways. I don't want to
No,
do
no,
anything
it's
more. So
fine just because tomorrow is Monday, so need to finish some stuff. So
yeah,
that's the reason. Okay, so
don't worry, I
better
can understand.
thank you so much. I'll just talk to Indu about the material. If I can share with you today, I'll proceed it. If she will say me she need to talk to you, then I'll wait for that. I'll text you then the number which you have shared with me. Uh, just to inform you like when we can conduct the next class. If any weekdays, I'll give you 1 day notice before starting any session. Okay?
That should be fine. Thanks,
Yeah.
Priyanka.
Okay.
Have
Thank you so much. You can
a good day.
definitely let me know any queries come in between. If you get any questions, you can just ping me on the same number which I will ping you now. Okay?
No problem. Just speak to Indu today, and it will be useful if you can get the material on. I'm sure she will say yes.